How's it going, everybody? I'm Eric, and this is Hollon Customs. First off, thanks for stopping by. I have no idea what I'm doing. In all seriousness, though, I am brand new to this. I've never, I don't think ever uploaded a YouTube video before, so this is all brand new to me. So I'm gonna stumble over my words. I'm gonna make all kinds of mistakes. And I think that's kind of the point, is just to be genuine. I don't want to pretend like I've been doing this forever, because I haven't. I don't know what I'm doing. But what I do know is I enjoy doing this stuff. So a little bit about me. I'm a Marine Corps veteran. I did avionics on the V-22 Osprey. And so I was chasing wires all day, troubleshooting, diagnosing bad components, that sort of thing. So very high attention to detail job, and I'd like to think that I carry that over to my work in the shop here. I've gone to school with the GI Bill, thankfully, for welding. I just got my bachelor's degree in digital media and design, so I'm kind of using that for the marketing side of things, social media, editing photos, videos, that sort of thing. I'm a big Mustang guy. I come from a long line of Mustang lovers. My dad got me into them. I had a beautiful 87 Fox body coupe that I sold to fund this business, and that was hard because it was beautiful. I'll post some pictures, and I've got pictures and videos all over my social media, so check those out if you're interested. But that was a cool one. I did a lot of cool custom work on that, and I hope to have the same level of quality on everything else that I do inside my shop here. I want everything I do here at Hollon Customs and in my shop, and hopefully someday it does well and I grow and expand. But everything I do, I want people to be wowed by it. And not just because it's some cool old vehicle, but because of the workmanship and the quality that I put into it. I don't want to be known as somebody that cuts corners. I'm not perfect. I'm learning a lot of this as I go. You'll see that when I get to paint and body, I have to rely heavily on my dad. He's the paint and body guy, and I want to learn, but I have to rely on him for that, and that's okay. I'm not perfect. I don't know everything, but I'm not gonna be caught lacking because I'm not willing to learn. So I'm gonna do everything I can to learn and better myself as I go. And with that little introduction out of the way, let's get to the meat and potatoes of why everybody's here. So here's what I'm working on now. It's a 1978 F-150 Ranger, and I bought this thing. It needed everything. Pretty unique project. I'm the second owner, which is really cool. This thing was pulled out of a barn, sat in a barn for 20 years, so it is a true, legitimate barn find truck, which those are hard to come by nowadays, so it's pretty cool. I'm pretty jazzed about it. So far, you've caught me about halfway through. I have taken the frame all the way down to bare metal, gotten rid of all the rust, few little patches here and there, got rid of the rust. I've done the full POR 15 treatment on it, so several stages of degreaser and bristled brushes, scrubbing it, getting the frame clean as I can, and then I used the POR 15 metal etcher and etched the metal real good, and then I used a gray POR 15, the rust inhibitor, and let me turn you around here. So I used the POR 15 rust inhibitor, and I used a gray. Reason being is because the rust inhibitor, it's not UV safe, so if it gets a lot of sunlight, which the frame isn't really going to, but still, it's not UV safe. So sunlight exposure can break down the POR 15. And so the reason I used the gray is because I knew I was going to top coat it anyways. So I used the gray. That way, when I go over it with the black top coat, because I like the look of the black chassis, I think it just looks awesome. That way, if there's any light spots, I can see the gray poking through. So I thought it was a good idea. But I've taken out, a bunch of these cross braces, these supports. This is brand new. I pulled out that one right there, and then of course the transmission cross member up there, I pulled those out, drilled the rivets, the rear leaf spring hangers, those are brand new. The front ones are still in great shape, so I just cleaned those up. yeah, so the frame got the full treatment. Same thing with the, the radius arms here and the axles. I rebuilt the axles, and I don't mean I just painted them and threw them back together. I pulled them all out, pulled the carriers out, fresh rings, bearings, seals, shims, pinion, everything. Yeah, I've got the pictures and the videos on my social media. Check it out if you're interested. But the axles have gotten the full go through. Same thing for the rear. So the front was a Dana 44, the rear's a 4.9 inch. Same exact thing. Got the full treatment. I have run all the brake lines myself. It's all stainless brake lines with the stainless ferrule fittings too. Bent, routed, and flared all those myself. Same thing for the fuel lines. Now the fuel system isn't done yet, but I'm running a return style fuel system. Got everything nicely mounted to the frame, secured properly. We're running a Holley Sniper system on it. It's the Sniper Stealth, so it looks like a 4-barrel carburetor, but it is injection. Here it is, sitting dusty on the shelf, but it's a beauty. I pulled this off on my Mustang before I sold it. So yeah, let's see. Frame's gotten the full go through. The axles got the full go through, and the axles, same thing, the POR 15 treatment. Let's see. So I went with a 4-inch lift from BDS. Really nice kit. I think it's going to look great on the ground when the drivetrain's in it, and it's got the full drive weight. I think it's going to look really good. Really nice stance to it. I went with these Pro Comp steel wheels. They are 15s, and the tires, let's see, what size were these? 33 by 12.5 on a 15-inch rim. Should look pretty stinking cool when it's all said and done and rolling out of the shop. So what's extra special to me about this truck, and I hope to the buyer as well, so in 1978 when they manufactured this truck, they made, I think, 422,000 F-150s, just specifically F-150s. And this, according to the Marty report, with the trim and all the options, this is one of 1,400 out of 420 plus thousand. So it's not like it's a one of one. It's not like that rare, but it's rare enough that it matters. And so with that being said, I'm trying to keep it, other than the lift and the wheels, I'm trying to keep this thing very true to original. It's going to be original paint scheme. The interior is going to be nearly identical to stock. Probably going to do like a nice gauge cluster, a modern gauge cluster that looks stock, but it's all electronic. And as far as like interior, the only other thing I was thinking was like a radio that's, looks like it came out of the 70s, but it's Bluetooth capable. And then I got rid of the anemic 19-gallon stock fuel tank, and I went with this 38-gallon replacement. LMC sells the proper pickup tube and everything for it, so the fuel gauge will read properly. So yeah, that's where I'm at with this. I'm repairing the doors. I would have preferred to get brand new doors, but it's just so much money to get a brand new door, and it's just so affordable to get the patch panels, but there's so much work that goes into it. Right now I've got more time than money, so repairing them was the option for me right now. But yeah, I'm working on the doors. The doors are just about done, and then I've got, the hood needs a little bit of repair, a couple minor rust spots that need repair on the hood. The cab, as far as metal repair is done, it's just kind of waiting for everything else, all the metal work to get done, and then we're going to move on to like the body phase where we start smoothing everything and making it look real pretty. And the bed, I ended up getting a parts truck because the original 351 modified out of this truck, my dad and I tore it apart, and the cylinder walls are just scored and beat to death. The heads look like garbage. So it was just more money in machine work than it was worth. So I found a parts truck, $1,300. It had a motor that the guy started it for us while we were there. Sounded great. It had the bed on it, which is night and day better shape than the one that came off this truck. So the thing pretty much paid for itself in how much money it's going to save me. And what's even cooler is the motor that came out of this parts truck was already 30 over. The main and the crank journals, all that stuff, it was like 20 under already. So it's already had some nice work done to it. Still going to take it to a shop and get it cleaned up, freshened up, have them check it over and make sure it's going to be nice, high quality rebuild before I put it all back together. But it's exciting. it's exciting. My hope and goal is that, let's see, it's the end of June right now. I'm hoping to put in the work and get through all the metal work and everything like that, and get to the body and the paint by August. I'm hoping by the end of August to maybe lay down some color on this thing. So that's the goal. Whether or not it actually happens, we'll see. Life has a way of throwing curveballs at you, but we'll see how it does. Hope you guys like it. I hope you enjoy the project and follow along. So if you guys enjoy old Ford trucks, fabrication, restoration, wiring, welding, all that sort of shop stuff, I hope you'll follow along with my page, with this build and my future builds. And thanks for coming.